let this lady get past before I shout hello, because everyone looks in the window when I do that, and it's very awkward. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I am a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstvocals.com. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook and Patreon, and I'll put the handles down below and over there. Is that the song, is that Mr. Hanky? That's inappropriate. That's okay, we'll just leave it. So if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to things like early release of reactions. You can become a reaction, fast track them. There's special roles on my Discord server. There's educational Patreon exclusive videos that show you how the voice works. Vocal Anatomy 101. So if you're interested in that, then consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. We are going to go and listen to the TNT boys. The journey was supposed to be linear, like from young to their age now, but it's kind of just, I'm picking and choosing. I don't know why. So we're going to listen to them perform Together We Fly live on the Wish USA bus. There's a USA Wish bus? Colour me surprised. Right, let's go. Still got the theme, that tune, that's good.
Fasten your seatbelts, we'll take off this ride.
Wish 1075.
Flap your wings into the dark misty sky. I'll do it with you.
So I love the way these voices blend together. They're so good. So first of all, Kiefer starts and he's got a slightly aspirate tone. So that's air coming through the vocal folds as they come together. It just lets air escape, so it sounds breathy. It's soft. There's not too much push. There was a lovely little exhalation of air on the end of a tone, so it kind of which was really nice. And then we moved over to Francis, who's got a much more set tone. There's more closure there, so you're getting cleaner sound. Not to say cleaner is better, you're just getting a more definite sound out of him. He done some lovely little flips into his head voice. They were whip sharp, so neat, fantastic. And then we moved on to Mackie. And Mackie is the most aspirate out of the three at this point. So there's loads of air passing through these folds. And to me, it's a very connected sound emotionally, even though it sounds kind of almost misty, like kind of hard to touch. But together, these voices are going to come together so well because you've got super breathy, super clean, and then somewhere in the middle. So it's just going to blend beautifully. I mean, I already know I've heard them, but you can tell just from hearing those three voices separately in one line each. Fantastic.
Conquer the clouds that hold heavy rain. I'll do it with you. Lift each other up, yeah. We shall rise above the oceans, and I know that we'll arrive together.
There's still a lot of youth in this performance, which is really nice. It's very technically well done. Adults would struggle to pull this stuff off, but there's still a playful energy. I've said this in previous videos of them. I love how they can keep that youthful energy going. So you still feel like you're listening to children, which kind of in itself allows you to be more impressed. Like, how are these kids doing this? Because they still sound like kids, but they're doing very complex stuff. Really good. They're starting to kind of modify their recipes slightly, so they're all starting to sound much more similar. When they got into that unison part, they sounded like one voice. Very, very good.
No wind that we can break, no dream that we can chase, no fall that we can face. Together we fly. No wind that we can break, no dream that we can chase, no fall that we can face. Together we fly.
so much going on here. So first of all, I liked when they start that vocal line in unison and then they split into these lovely little complex harmonies. They just kind of shoot in different directions. All of a sudden, you get this lovely weird pull. They're starting to kind of nasalize up their tone, which is coming from your velum, which is sometimes called the soft palate. It's the gateway to your nasal passages, and also the epiglottis, which is giving an oral kind of twang sound. So you're getting a lot more point out of the sound. It can sometimes happen naturally when you're just wanting to give that a little bit more oomph. You instantly get into that kind of place where everything gets a bit twangier. That's me pushing it in speech, by the way, just so that you can really hear how much louder you get just from applying that. I wasn't putting any more projection into it. It just sounds really loud. It's great.
Lift each other up, yeah. We should rise above the ashes, and I know that we'll arrive together, 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 together. Knowing that we can break, no dream that we can chase, no fall that we can face. Together we fly. Knowing that we can break, no dream that we can chase, no fall that we can face. Together we fly.
Just quickly before I forget, I get this real sound from Francis. When he pulls up into the high notes and he scoops his way up, you get this real feeling that he's placing that tone right in the back of his mask. Everything's coming from back here. So when he pushes up, it's like a much smoother transition. If he was going from a forward projected place up into that sound, you'd get a real kind of almost like a battle between those two tones. Like you'd have a clunk as you went up. But because he places it back, first of all, before he goes up, it just sounds so smooth. So really good.
Haunts me and taunts me, the hustling winds, they despise me. Catches whispers around me. Should I fight, should I cry? Oh, the doors and the shadows, your hearing doesn't matter. Your wings protect on the cloud. You're my flight, you're my guide. And though there's no shame in the flames will not die and with us, because you brought me this night. I know we were born to shine.
What?
That we cannot break, no dream that we cannot change.
Their tones are just crazy. So they've kind of gone and deviated again. So they started with their really unique sounds like semi-aspirate, very clean. Then they all kind of started to blend together and they changed all their recipes so that they would sound uniform. And now they're going back. You could hear with that little harmony that Kiefer and Mackie did. Kiefer was a little bit more straight tone and Mackie was just doing it pure aspirate. It's almost like a falsetto sound. And now they're kind of back in their own personal kind of spaces. So it's lovely. They're so good.
That we cannot face. Together, together, together we fly. Together, 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 together.
Okay, they're back together.
Exclusive on Wish 1075.
No wonder they looked like they were tired. That was a shift and a half they just put in. That was incredible. So out my mouth way too early because they went back into that place where they were starting to blend themselves together again. Should have known it was coming, but it just goes to show that they're very intuitive and they listen to one another because they're able to start matching and then deviate and then match again. And it's just such a slick production. So good. The wee whistle notes were amazing. The riffs were amazing. The thing that jumps out at me though the most is that they're just kids and they're having a good time. When Francis was like messing around with his headphones, I've seen a bunch of times when all of them were playing with their headphones, maybe apart from Kiefer, but I might have missed that. But it's very, it's just so funny, like being a dad. I know with my kid, I'm like, just leave your headphones on, just don't touch them. But you can't help it. They're just wee and they've got so much energy, and I love them to bits. So good. So I hope you enjoyed that reaction. If you did, please give it a like and a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more from me, then hit subscribe, ring the bell, and anytime I have new content, you will be the first to know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me, and how are we going to buy this one? So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me, and if you like this video, go ahead and watch some more, and there's more that's coming soon, so you better subscribe. No idea. Bye!